Hey everybody, welcome to my channel or welcome back. It's your girl Savannah, and in today's video we are going to read about Daniel. We're literally going to read Daniel chapter 1, and we're just going to read the entire chapter. And this story is really cool because it shows how when you obey God, he will allow you to be favored by men. Not saying that being favored by men matters, and when I say men I just mean everybody, not just men and females or women being favored by men. You all know what I mean. But basically just showing like he will make you the best at what you do, basically. And all you gotta do is obey him, okay? And he will put you in big rooms, or he will lift you up in a sense, not in like a prideful way. But yes, that is what I want to read today. And I'm just gonna jump right into it, and we can talk a little bit about it afterwards. So yeah, let's do it. Also, yeah, today is the 20th. So 20th day in a row of posting every day for y'all, and I'm excited to continue that and see y'all every day for the rest of this year. Technically it is the rest of this year. So I just can't believe 2025 is coming to an end so soon. It's crazy. But yeah, everyone, so let's begin. If I pronounce any names wrong, just know that that's normal because I'm used to other kinds of names, not the names that are in the Bible. So y'all know that. Okay, so the title of this chapter is Daniel and his friends obey God. In the 3rd year of the reign of Jehoiakim, king of Judah, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came to Jerusalem and besieged it. And the Lord gave Jehoiakim, king of Judah, into his hand, with some of the articles of the house of God, which he carried into the land of Shinar to the house of his God. And he brought the articles into the treasure house of his God. Then the king instructed Ashpenaz, the master of his eunuchs, to bring some of the children of Israel and some of the king's descendants and some of the nobles, young men in whom there was no blemish, but good-looking, gifted in all wisdom, possessing knowledge and quick to understand, who had ability to serve in the king's palace, and whom they might teach the language and literature of the Chaldeans. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm trying. And the king appointed for them a daily provision of the king's delicacies and of the wine which he drank, and 3 years of training for them. 3 years is crazy, y'all. Wow. So that at the end of that time, they might serve before the king. Now, from among those of the sons of Judah were Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. To them, the chief of the eunuchs gave names. He gave Daniel the name Belteshazzar, to Hananiah, Shadrach, to Mishael, Meshach, and to Azariah, Abednego. I know those names actually because I know the one story with Daniel and or with all of them being in the fire, and it's another cool story, y'all. But yeah, it can be hard to pronounce names, but you know what I mean? It's about the story, y'all. But so basically they're trying to find people to work in the palace and help the king, and it takes 3 years because I suppose if they're working for the king, they got to know their stuff, right? So, and Daniel and his friends are part of that group. So, but Daniel purposed in his heart that he would not defile himself with the portion of the king's delicacies, nor with the wine which he drank. Therefore, he requested of the chief of the eunuchs that he might not defile himself. Basically saying he doesn't want all that junk food that they're giving him. He wants to have his own stuff. So now God had brought Daniel into the favor and goodwill of the chief of the eunuchs. And the chief of the eunuchs said to Daniel, I fear my lord the king, who has appointed your food and drink, for why should he see your faces looking worse than the young men who are your age? Then you would endanger my head before the king. So Daniel said to the steward, whom the chief of the eunuchs had set over Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, please test your servants for 10 days, and let them give us vegetables to eat and water to drink. Then let our appearance be examined before you, and the appearance of the young men who eat the portion of the king's delicacies, and as you see fit. So deal with your servants. So he consented with them in this matter and tested them 10 days. And at the end of 10 days, their features appeared better and fatter in flesh than all the young men who ate the portion of the king's delicacies. Thus the steward took away their portion of delicacies and the wine, and they were to drink, and gave them vegetables. That's crazy that only in 10 days all that changed. What you eat and what you drink is very important. As for these 4 young men, God gave them knowledge and skill in all literature and wisdom, and Daniel had understanding in all visions and dreams. Now, at the end of the days, when the king had said that they should be brought in, the chief of the eunuchs brought them in before Nebuchadnezzar. Then the king interviewed them, and among them all none was found like Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. Therefore they served before the king, and in all matters of wisdom and understanding, about which the king examined them, he found them 10 times better than all the magicians and astrologers who were in all his realm. Thus Daniel continued until the first year of King Cyrus. Wow, everybody, that's it for that. So, basically, Daniel was like, I'm not eating all that nonsense. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not drinking all that wine. I want water and I want vegetables. And after 10 days, he looked better. And him and his friends that did that looked better. And so it's like God even blessed them with knowledge and wisdom. Like in skill, it says knowledge and skill in all literature and wisdom. And it says Daniel had understanding in all visions and dreams. So, man, and literally saying he found them 10 times better than all the magicians and astrologers who were in all this realm. So if anyone's ever, tempted by, the worldly things like that, just understand God will make you 10 times better. God will make you way better than what you can even imagine if you obey him and if you follow him. And God will put you in those positions, put you exactly where you need to be. You will be better because you obey God. A lot of times the enemy will make you feel like you won't be as good because you're following God, or it's worse to follow God, or it's this, or it's boring, or whatever, but that is never the case. So that's the message that I wanted to get across today too, and I just wanted to read this for y'all, and hopefully that can inspire and encourage someone. And yeah, everyone, but that's it for today's video. I hope you have an amazing and blessed rest of your day whenever you're watching this, and I will talk to you soon. Love you. Bye.